Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at some pretty serious gear today. It's the A-Neuvideo ANI-44HPSC, a 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switcher. And it's up there in price, right? About just over $1,000 currently. So our mission really is to figure out what this thing actually does.
Yeah.
Get past the specs like 18 GBPs and all that jargon.
Right. I mean, at its core, it's straightforward, physically speaking. You've got four 4K HDMI inputs, four 4K HDMI outputs. But the magic is in the matrix part, routing any of those inputs to any or even all of the outputs at the same time.
Any to any. Okay.
And you immediately see that TAA compliant label. That's important.
TAA compliant. Okay, yeah, let's pull on that thread first. What does that actually signal to you or to a potential buyer?
Well, TAA isn't just like a sticker. It means it meets specific U.S. government rules for purchasing. Basically, it restricts where components can come from. It's about supply chain security. So it tells you this is really aimed at government, military, or maybe high security corporate settings. It's not your typical consumer box.
Got it. So that already sets the stage. This is professional, secure integration stuff. Okay, let's talk performance then, because that's got to be part of the cost justification. 18 gigabits per second bandwidth. Supports resolutions up to 4D96 by 2160 at 60 Hz, and specifically 4.4.4 chroma sampling. For folks maybe not swimming in video specs daily, why is 4.4.4 such a big deal in these environments?
Yeah, it's really about detail, especially with non-video content. Think computer desktops, text, medical images, that kind of thing. If you use lower sampling like 4.2.2 or 4.2.0, you're actually throwing away some color information to save bandwidth. That can make fine lines or text look fuzzy or have weird color edges. 4.4.4 means every pixel gets its full original color info. Perfect clarity.
Okay, so crucial for data, not just movies.
Exactly. And performance-wise, it's HDMI 2.0, handles HDCP 2.2 copy protection, all the modern standards you'd expect.
Great, HDR support too.
Yep, high dynamic ranges in there. And even 16-bit deep color, though that's limited to 1080p sources.
Okay. Now, one feature listed is 1080p downscaling. I mean, for a high-end 4K device, isn't needing to downscale like a limitation? Why celebrate that?
See, I'd argue that's a feature born from realism. It's about system integration. You almost never have a system where every single display is the latest and greatest 4K model. There's often an older projector, a smaller monitor somewhere. If the matrix couldn't scale the 4K signal down for that 1080p display, that output would just go blank. Or worse, it could mess up the signal for all outputs.
Yeah.
So downscaling per output provides stability. It solves real-world installation problems.
Okay, that makes sense. Practicality over just raw specs. That kind of leads us into the intelligence side of this. EDID management, this is always a headache, right? The handshake between source and display.
Oh, yeah. EDID issues are probably one of the top support calls for AV integrators. A bad handshake means no picture. This unit gives you really comprehensive control. You can choose from built-in EDID profiles, you can copy the EDID from a connected display, or you can even upload your own custom EDID file. It lets the installer force the right conversation to happen.
So it acts like a negotiator, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. A very assertive negotiator.
What about audio? It mentions analog stereo audio breakout for each output.
Right.
3.5 millimeter jacks.
Right, little headphone-style jacks. But notice the limitation. LPCM 2.0 sources only.
Meaning
Meaning it can only break out basic, uncompressed, two-channel stereo. If your source is sending like Dolby Digital 5.1 or DTS surround sound, this analog output won't give you that. It tells you the built-in DAC is for utility audio, maybe feeding a simple zone amp or local monitor speakers, not home cinema surround.
Got it. Focused utility. Now, control. Buttons on the front? Sure. But the real power seems to be elsewhere.
Absolutely. Telnet, WebGUI, RS-2320 serial commands, IR remote. These are the hooks for professional control systems, Crestron, AMX, stuff like that. Or just network management. You can control this thing from anywhere on the network. Change routing, check status.
And there's a customizable OSD. On-screen display.
Yeah, that's quite neat. You can overlay up to 2 lines of your own text directly onto the video signal going to any output. Think like labeling the source or maybe displaying a status message in a command center. It's a specific but potentially very useful feature.
Okay, wrapping this up contextually. It comes with a 3-year warranty. The reseller mentioned, HDTV Supply, they've been an A-Neuvideo partner since 2002. That suggests a long-term relationship, reliability.
Yeah, longevity like that usually means that the manufacturer supports their pro gear well. It's designed for integrated systems that need to just work reliably for years.
So connecting it all. TAA compliance, robust network and serial control, that unique OSD text overlay. It leads to a final thought for you listening. Where Beyond maybe a secure government facility or a standard corporate boardroom, would you absolutely need this specific combination? What kind of mission-critical place requires that level of control, security assurance, and the ability to burn custom text onto the video feed itself? Something to consider for complex AV needs.